I spent the last 2 weeks doing something that sounds simple. I went looking for the biggest discount on a Toyota SUV in America. I went through 250,000 dealer listings, almost 2,000 dealerships, every SUV Toyota sells. And you know what the biggest discount was? $335. $335 on an $80,000 SUV. Now hold on, don't click away, because what I found next is the part that actually matters to you. There are 4 Toyota SUVs right now where you can save real money, not fake dealer math, real money. One of them just came down by as much as $20,000, and hardly anybody is talking about it. But 2 of them are not where you'd expect, and one of the most popular Toyota SUVs in America, right now you'll probably pay oversticker for it. I'll show you every number. If saving thousands on your next SUV sounds better than paying full price, hit that like button. It tells me to keep finding deals that are actually worth your money. First, here's what's really going on with Toyota. Because nobody explains this part, Toyota has the tightest inventory in the entire car business. About 33 days worth of cars sitting on lots. Volkswagen, 143 days. When a dealer is sitting on 143 days of cars, he's sweating. He's paying interest every single day on stuff nobody's buying. He will deal with you. When a Toyota dealer has 33 days, he knows that if you walk out, somebody else walks in tomorrow. So no, most Toyota SUVs are not on sale. I'm not going to lie to you about that. But there are cracks, 4 of them, and they're in the places nobody's looking at. Let's start at number 4, the Sequoia. Remember that $335? That was the Sequoia. I know how that sounds. Stay with me. Out of every SUV Toyota builds, the Sequoia is the only one where dealers are consistently listing below sticker price, almost 89% of them. It's also the slowest mover in the lineup, about 25 days on the lot, versus 7 days for some others. 25 days doesn't sound like much. In Toyota world, that's forever. That's a dealer who has time to actually think about your offer instead of laughing at it. So the $335 isn't your savings. The $335 is your signal. On a Sequoia, you're negotiating down from sticker. On almost every other Toyota right now, you're negotiating up from it. Completely different conversation. Realistic savings? Figure $1,500 to $3,000 off if you're patient and you work 3 or 4 dealers against each other. And time it for the last few days of the month. Dealers have targets to hit, and an SUV that's been sitting for 3 weeks suddenly looks a lot more negotiable on the 30th. That's not a headline, but it's true, and I'd rather give you true. Should you buy one? Only if you tow something, or you've got a lot of grandkids. It rides like the SUV it is, and the 3rd row is tight for a vehicle that big. If that's not you, keep watching. Number 3 is the one I did not see coming. The Toyota Venza. Toyota stopped building it after 2024. Most people forgot it existed, and that is exactly why it's on this list. When a model gets discontinued, something happens to used prices. Buyers get nervous. They think parts will dry up, so the price softens. Now look at this. A 3-year-old Highlander has only lost about 16% of its value. A 3-year-old Grand Highlander, 9%. You're paying nearly new car money for a used one. The Venza at 3 years is down about 25%. That's the softest resale of any Toyota SUV, and it's the only one where somebody else already took the hit for you. Realistic savings, around $9,000 to $11,000 off what it cost new, 20 to 28%. And here's why it matters for you specifically. The Venza is hybrid only, around 39 miles per gallon. It is quiet, genuinely quiet inside. Low step-in, so you slide in instead of climbing up. Great seats. It's basically a Lexus that Toyota sold for less. And that orphan car worry? It shares its engine and hybrid system with the RAV4 Hybrid. Toyota has built millions of those. Parts are not going anywhere. If you go looking, the XLE is the sweet spot, and don't let mileage scare you off. A Venza with 60,000 easy highway miles and a folder full of service records is a smarter buy than one with 30,000 miles and a mystery past. Most comfortable Toyota SUV for the least money right now, and almost nobody's talking about it. Number 2, the Land Cruiser. Biggest dollar swing on this whole list. Back in 2024, when Toyota brought the Land Cruiser back to America, dealers lost their minds. 10,000 over sticker. Some were asking 20,000 over, and people paid it. They lined up. Today, the average Land Cruiser is listed at $34 over sticker. $34, and nearly 86% of them are at or below sticker price. Think about what that means. If you sat on your hands while everybody else panic bought, you just saved $10,000 to $20,000 compared to the guy who bought one 2 years ago. Same SUV, same engine, same everything. That's not a rebate. Nobody's handing you a check. That's the markup dying. And honestly, that's better, because a markup that dies doesn't come back. Realistic savings against a 2024 buyer, 10 to 20,000. Call it 15 to 25% off what those folks actually paid. Now the catch, and I'm not hiding it from you. The Land Cruiser is the fastest selling vehicle in America right now. 7 days on the lot. 7. So you're not strolling in and picking a color. You're getting on a list, or you're driving a few hours to find one. And where you shop matters more than folks realize. Dealers out in the Midwest and the Southeast tend to price Toyotas a lot more honestly than the big coastal cities do. On something like this, a 3-hour drive can pay for itself several times over. But when you get it, you pay sticker instead of sticker plus 20 grand. And number 1 is the one I'd tell my own dad to buy. A used Toyota Highlander Hybrid. Not new. New ones move in about 12 days, and there's no money on the hood. I'm talking about a 4 or 5-year-old one. Here's the math. At 5 years, a Highlander has lost about 36% of its value. Sounds like a lot, until you see that the average midsize SUV loses over 46% in that same stretch. So you're getting something that already took its hit, but held on better than nearly everything else in its class. Somebody else paid for the first 5 years. You get the next 10. Realistic savings, roughly 15,000 to 18,000 off the original sticker. That's a third off, give or take. And this is where it really works for you. The hybrid is quiet, mid-30s on the highway, 3 rows so the grandkids fit, doors open wide, and the seat height is right where you want it. You slide in, you don't climb up, and you don't drop down. As for the hybrid system, these things routinely run past 200,000 miles. The battery is not the boogeyman people make it out to be. Ask anybody who owns one. One tip: look at 2020 through 2022, and if you can stretch, skip the base LE for the XLE. You get the power lift gate and better seats, and you'll be glad you did. Now let me tell you where not to put your money, because most videos skip this part. The RAV4. I know. Best-selling SUV in America. Everybody loves it. But right now, the average RAV4 is listed at $367 over sticker, and on some trims, dealers are asking $3,000 to $7,000 over. Toyota's own sales chief said they're counting inventory in hours, not days. The Grand Highlander is the same story. 10 days on the lot. There's no deal there. There's a waiting list. And one more. You're going to see ads for big money off Toyota's electric SUVs, the BZ and the Woodland, $5,000, sometimes more. That money is real. I still wouldn't do it, not for the kind of buyer watching this. Electric SUVs are losing value faster than anything else on the road. And if you plan to keep this thing 10 or 12 years, you don't want to find out what a used one is worth in 2032. So, quick recap. Sequoia if you tow. Venza if you want comfort for cheap. Land Cruiser if you can be patient. And a used Highlander Hybrid if you want the smart, boring, correct answer. And let me be straight with you. Toyota is not having a fire sale. Anybody telling you they are is selling you something. What Toyota has right now are a few quiet spots where a patient buyer does really well. That's the whole story. One favor before you go anywhere. Email the internet sales manager at 5 or 6 dealers and ask for the out-the-door price in writing, not the monthly payment, the out-the-door price. That one habit will save you more than any video I'll ever make. If this helped you, hit subscribe. I dig through this stuff every week, and I'd rather you hear it from me than find out at the finance desk. And leave me a comment. Which one of these four are you actually looking at? I read every single one, and I'll tell you honestly if I think it's a good move. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourself.